Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Metaphysical Report. Today is December 29th, 2019, and my name is Lysander Xanthus. Today I'll be sharing with you today's astrology, numerology, and some other information that you can use for your day ahead. I like to start each day with a little clearing and a blessing. So I'm going to be using this singing bowl to clear the energy of our space. And now I'm going to be using this selenite to send you peaceful, healing energy. I bless you, and I bless your day ahead. I bless you that you find clarity and healing, and that all energy that doesn't belong to you and that isn't serving you be dispelled. I bless you that you may discover a deeper connection to the divine within yourself today, and you find greater compassion and understanding for yourself. Everyone will be helpful, and your path is clear. Be blessed. All right, so I'd like to share with you the astrology for today. So let's talk about the planets, and then we will discuss a few aspects. So today, the Sun, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto are in Capricorn, and Mercury is joining them in Capricorn as well. So there's a lot going on in that sign. So there is a huge emphasis on Capricorn traits here at the turn of the year, which is a good time for it. As we're all preparing for the new year, Capricorn lends its influence through all of these planets to encourage us to become the leaders of our own lives, to exercise greater self-sufficiency and independence, and to solve our problems. Mercury joining the other planets adds the influence of these qualities coming into the way that we think, the way that we express ourselves, and the way we communicate with others is also coming under that influence of personal responsibility, greater self-sufficiency, and independence. So there are a lot of positive influences here, and this is a good time for for transformation. So if you are feeling limited or trapped in any situation or relationship, the key to liberation is to understand and accept how your own choices have led you here. And that gives you the power and understanding to know that your choices can lead you out of it and towards what it is you want to create for yourself. So that is what these planets are giving us the opportunity to learn. Mars is in Scorpio, giving us help with all this, giving us that push of initiative and motivation as it connects us deeply to our true feelings about everything, making it very, very difficult for us to continue ignoring how it is we really feel. So we can use that to fuel us as we get ourselves prepared to move forward. Venus and the moon are in Aquarius, and so, sorry, a bunch of thoughts at once. The moon is waxing, so this is our attention turning outward, and with the moon in Aquarius, we may be having unusual dreams, and there is a greater desire for independence and to explore something different, unique, and unusual within ourselves. And we kind of turn that desire outward, and it reflects most strongly in our relationships and love life as well, a desire to be more independent, even if we are part of a couple or community, and seeking something different, a different dynamic, a different way of thinking about things, of doing things. So having your own unique perspective at this time. And that's emphasized with the moon in the same place as well. So if you're feeling not as close to your partner at this time, I wouldn't worry. It may just be that you're just feeling a little more independent right now, and that's a good thing once in a while. Neptune is in Pisces, so within us, our own intuition is stirring, and more of this deeper knowing we have is rising to our conscious awareness. So to your minds, you may be, during this time, you may more readily pick up on your intuitions and instincts. It's up to you ultimately how and if you utilize that information. Finally, the Uranus is in Taurus in retrograde. So we are in a time of reassessing our comfort zone and what that is for us. If we want to continue letting our current patterns root themselves within us, or if we want to create radical change and have those new changes take root. That is up to us. Now, there's a few, I think there was an aspect I wanted to share today. So today, Mercury is squared or 90 degrees from Chiron. We don't talk about Chiron too much. Mostly I like to keep it simple. But Mercury just moved into Capricorn like we talked about, so in our mind we are starting to engage more practical thinking and problem solving. And Chiron is in Aries, so Chiron is the wounded healer, so ironically, to me that describes a wound in our ability to be proactive and take initiative and to direct our energy. But I feel like it always comes up also as an opportunity to heal that wound for those of us who have it. Or some of us may experience a wounding in that sense. So right now is an opportunity to put your plans and ideas into action, though it may be a bit challenging to do so. So that is the astrology for today. I want to look through the comments real quick. going to the top. Jackie, I'm not sure how you mean if you can participate. It's kind of like an open reading to all. Sandy, your Venus is in Aquarius. Well, definitely unique in love. She says, I got a strong message yesterday that I have to study astrology more deeply. If anyone has any suggestions on how to best go about that, please feel free to DM me. Well, you've heard it. I have good books on the topic, but haven't started to delve in.
What books did you read, Lily?
Well, the thing is what really opened astrology up to me wasn't a book at all. It was a series of the Astrology 101 videos by Coach Carter on YouTube.
Highly recommend anything by Kyer.
It was very easy to understand. It was free. He also does teach a full course on how to read astrology. I haven't taken it myself at this time, but I want to. However, the 101 course is free and posted on YouTube, so if you just...
How do you spell his name?
I can comment it. It's a little...
Yeah.
Let's see. It's C-H-Y-A-R? Is that right? No. There we go. Like that. I've posted that series to my Facebook page twice now, but I can share it again. You kind of have to dig a wee bit, but it is there, and it was very eye-opening. It's pretty basic though, so it doesn't teach you everything, but it's plenty to get started. Your Venus is in Aries, my moon is in Aquarius. Okay, well, cool. That more reflects your inner nature then.
I've actually listened and watched 1 and 2 of the Kyer videos. He's pretty fantastic.
Yes. He has. He's very
real.
Yeah. Very raw, real, unique. Very knowledgeable about astrology. So if you want to learn about that, it's a good resource. I just really didn't understand it at all before those videos. It's just the way he explained them worked for me. Alright, so now it's time for the numerology. And today is a 2-day. Not that one. This one. So today's the 29th. A 2 vibration is sensitive and doesn't like conflict. 2 is kind of like a coupling number, or very needy, needing nurturance, and so on. The 29th is a 2-day for thoughts and plans. Think over your problems and how best to solve them. Don't rush into any form of agreement. Work out all the details so that you are clear about what you are getting yourself into. If you are in a relationship or just going out with someone for the first time, this is a wonderful night for romance. Today's a day to take care of things. Yeah. So that is today's numerology. I'm not familiar with Enneagram. I'll have to look it up. Faye Wallace, yes, I also had an unusual dream last night. Speaking of the moon and Aquarius.
I took care of it.
All right, so now is time for the crystal healing of the day. And today we are using garnet.
I think we all have strange dreams. Although my dreams were like My Little Pony in Star Trek universe. It was weird. I gotta be careful about mixing my genres.
Yeah, I have to do a reading about my dream because there's actually an enormous tarot spread in my dream that I'm going to attempt to duplicate. I haven't had to do that in years. Duplicating spreads you see in your dreams. Really.
That sounds crazy. I haven't had to do that in my day.
Yeah, it's been at least a year or two. Alright, so garnet. Yes.
Yes. That's how I sleep at night. I watch fluffy stuff to make sure that my dreams are positively oriented. So I like children's shows before bed. It puts good moral messages into my head before I sleep at night.
I mean, they're always positive.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I watch.
you
My
might
Little
laugh,
Pony
but Pokemon is completely wholesome.
Yeah. We have gone through periods where I watch nothing but Pokemon for a few months.
Like, Pokemon is probably one of the most wholesome cartoons. There's, like, nothing.
But
wrong.
we're firm believers in the idea that feeding negative content into your mind, has an effect on your mood.
Especially if you're playing something while you sleep, that's, like, going straight into your brain.
Yeah. So we're big on children's shows and baking shows before bed because they're positive, and the worst thing that happens is I wake up wanting cake.
Yeah. So
That's the worst.
that's your magic tip of the day. Be mindful of what you're watching, especially when you fall asleep.
Yes.
All right, healing with garnet.
Ooh.
Garnet is associated to passion, sensuality, sexuality, romantic love, intimacy, positive thoughts, energy, past life recall, inspiration, success, social popularity, and self-confidence. It is a fine stone. Garnet cleanses and re-energizes the chakras. It revitalizes, purifies, and balances energy, bringing serenity or passion as appropriate. Inspires love and devotion. It activates and strengthens the survival instinct, bringing courage and hope. Stimulates past life recall, sharpens perception of oneself and others. It removes inhibitions and taboos. It opens the heart and bestows self-confidence. All right. Golden Girls is funny. All right. If you would like to participate in this crystal healing, make yourself comfortable, breathe, and allow yourself to receive the energy. Yes. this concludes the crystal healing with garnet. Let's take a moment to just sit in the healing energy we've received. In just a moment, we will begin our affirmation of the day. Just would like to take a moment to check comments. All right.
We're just talking
I'm very fond of garnet, yes. So I'm glad it helped. Joking. All right, so. Oh, she got you, huh?
I didn't realize there was that much moisture in the windowsill this morning. Thank you for shaking your foot out in my face, kid.
Oh, cats. Well, let's move on to the affirmation. I'd like you to sit in the space you are in with the energy you've received. And I'm going to say this affirmation to you the first few times so that you can focus on hearing the words rather than worrying about saying them.
But first, hashtag more cats.
Yes. Because we love you, we now have the cat cam. Don't worry, we can't see that.
What? You turn the camera on, you don't want to be in everybody's business anymore?
So, I'm going to say it to you in first person and second person the first few times, and then we will say it together. I think it's very important to be able to take in the words. Cats are magic.
Cats are magic. They're also
And loud.
funny. They're also funny and loud. And babies.
So just breathe and focus on your breath. I am one with the universe and all of life. It is safe for me to know and to grow. I am one with the universe and all of life. It is safe for me to know and to grow. You are one with the universe and all of life. It is safe for you to know and to grow. You are one with the universe and all of life. It is safe for you to know and to grow. Now we're going to say it together 3 times. I am one with the universe and all of life. It is safe for me to know and to grow. I am one with the universe and all of life. It is safe for me to know and to grow. I am one with the universe and all of life. It is safe for me to know and to grow. Sit with those words. Find this an interesting affirmation. It is safe for me to know. It's safe for us to know things and to be aware of things in ourselves, about our situations and other people. And it is safe to grow, to move beyond where we are now and what we have been, and to move forward. That may seem like an obvious thing, but a lot of times we can feel like those things aren't very safe at all. This affirmation comes from Heal Your Body by Louise Hay. It is one of the many spine affirmations,
Which we're almost through.
The spine relates to how supported we feel by life in every sense of that. And most of us have some kind of struggle or another with feeling supported, so I felt as though they would be good affirmations to go through. All right, that concludes today's affirmation. Do we still have the incense going?
We do. It is in the living room, however, because this is too small a room to have this particular one right next to me.
Is this the temple? So I'm going to bless your energy and clear it with a little bit of incense. I'm going to wrap it around you. Just breathe it in. This is India temple incense. That's my favorite. All right. Thank you, love.
Of course.
Now, it is time for the card reading of the day. So, I'm going to be choosing what deck we are using today in just a moment. But this is a reading I'm doing for all of you to give you guidance and insight into the day ahead. And some of the reading may resonate with you, or all of it may. Which deck to use today? Actually, was feeling Kuan Yin, but I also feel psychic as well.
Is that how you're feeling about it? I think you should be psychic.
Yeah.
I think you personally need Kuan Yin.
Okay, so I will do my own reading with her after this. I think you're right.
I think your partner needs Kuan Yin today too.
So the reading for you guys today comes from the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. And I am going to be doing a lot of reading privately today, it seems. So let's see what the cards have to say today. One card.
I really enjoy doing these watch parties.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I kind of have my own sub-community of people I every moment.
Well, I'm glad you enjoy doing it.
New Year's coming.
Yes. The cards have been talking so much about wrapping things up and ending things here on the Morning Report. We're finally talking about broaching the new year. How about that?
Well, a big part of going into the new year is releasing and completing. It looks like we're finally moving into stepping into that new year energy.
Yes. Let's start with what we have on the table. So you have 4 cards. I like to read the entire description of the book as well as offering my own perspective. So the first 2 cards are together, and then the second 2 cards are kind of a splitting of the paths. But I'll talk more about that when we get to it. Alright, let's find this first card here. The first card is the waiting game. Patience can be one of the most difficult things. This card indicates that you've worked hard to set things in motion in certain areas of your life, and you're now waiting for the results to come to fruition. The number 2 is all about choice and decision. In the past, you may have been afraid of making decisions or choices, but now you're no longer held prisoner by this fear or the constraints of old beliefs. Expect the best and be open to the limitless power of your intuition, which is presently very strong. Trust and use it to assist you. Achievement and success are assured, but once obtained, don't let it change you. Remember who you are, the effort that it took to get you to this point, and the gratitude you need to show to the people who helped you. Stay on your spiritual path, for it will continue to guide you on the journey of your soul. Patience. We are not at the beginning of the year yet. You're working very hard to wrap it all up and to set things in motion, but now is the time to wait. The card following it is New Beginnings. The new year, I feel, this speaks of. Each and every journey begins with the all-important first step. When this card presents itself in your reading, it's confirming that it's time for you to take a brave leap of faith, but be prepared as you do so. This card represents that a great new adventure is awaiting you. It usually shows up when there's a significant inner change happening within you. By selecting this card, it's a sign that those important choices are needed and are about to be made and should be carefully pondered as you proceed with wisdom, thought, and care. Life is constantly trying to nudge and move you forward. At times it can be daunting when you're faced with a new adventure or direction. Therefore, it calls for inner belief and courage as you take that leap of faith and step into the unknown. During this time, don't be alarmed if you feel lost or even confused. Most people are afraid of change and play it safe by staying where they are. Know that through inner guidance, wisdom, and a belief in yourself, and by tapping into these tools, you'll be propelled forward on a positive, life-changing path. Don't conform to what society or other individuals expect of you at this time. It's your own adventure. During this time, be like an innocent child with fresh eyes and give yourself permission to live, play, love, and above all, laugh. So these two cards are talking about the turn of the year, and that not only is a new year beginning, but for many, if not all of us, there is a new phase of life beginning for us, one coming to a close and a new one starting. Especially those who have chosen to make that choice to wrap up the old things in their lives and to open something else. But that it's kind of that thing of the first card's talking about, you set yourself up for where you want to go and to succeed in the coming year, but you've got to wait. But that beginning is coming. It is very soon. Now the next two cards are, again, like I said, diverging paths. So it is kind of like it's not like a warning per se, it's just sort of like a heads up, a reminder of making sure you're staying on course like you want to. So from new beginnings are two paths. Some of you, it's suggesting that there's a chance that some of you will fall back into old patterns, trapped in fear. But that some of you will take the brave leap into something new and follow what's in your heart, your instinct, and intuition. So let's talk about each path. There's a chance that we may fall back into old patterns. So this comes as a reminder. Trapped in fear. This card reveals that it's actually your own fear that has you immobilized and trapped, preventing you from making decisions or choices. You are the one who's holding yourself prisoner or hostage, and in order to continue your journey, you must first face your fear so that new people and conditions can manifest. Many individuals choose to stay in this place because they can't see the road ahead. They feel a misguided sense of safety there, or they're afraid of starting something new. But staying will only add to your levels of stress and anxiety and create adverse effects in the physical body. Seek out wise counsel for assistance. You don't have to do this alone, but know that you possess all the tools you need to free yourself. You're forgetting how strong you really are. This period will end when you use your mind to cut through the limitations caused by your emotions. So that's the one hand. Be mindful of that. Address it now while you're waiting. The other side is intuition, the other path. Intuition is the language of the soul. When this card shows up in a reading, it's a clear message that it's time for you to use your intuition. Just give it a chance and you'll quickly notice how it might be trying to get your attention. With so much information in this world vying for your every thought, it's easy to ignore or fail to acknowledge your insights. Synchronicities and so-called coincidences are powerful signs that intuition is knocking on your door. Have you heard a phrase or saying repeated by more than one person today? Do the same numbers keep showing up in your life? Has someone mentioned the name of a specific individual whom you were just thinking of? These are all signals for you to pause, be open, and pay attention. This is a perfect time to seek the answers from within. Turn inward where you'll find the solutions and valuable insights that are waiting to assist you. When you learn to use and trust your intuition, you'll begin to have a sense of not only the right timing, but you'll also begin to perceive people and situations with a deeper and more discerning eye. You'll not only observe beneath and beyond what's actually in front of you, you'll see the real deal. The words that stood out to me most was pay attention. Not just to what is outside of you, but what you're feeling within and your own instincts. Pay attention. So, I'm going to see if the cards have anything they'd like to add. This is in addition to all that has been said so far. Partnerships and alliances. The meaning of this card denotes that you're now starting to see the fruits of your labor take seed and blossom. There may still be a lot to do, but watch out for synchronicities which could bring opportunities to form connections or unexpected alliances that may create something new. This could assist you in gathering resources for future projects. With all partnerships, always remember that there has to be an even exchange of energy. If you give too much whereas your partner gives too little, it will leave you feeling energetically drained and cause potential disharmony in the union. There must be overall balance within the alliance in order for it to work and blend together for optimum results. This card reminds you that success comes in many forms, even from the most unlikely sources. Have an open mind when listening to others. I feel as though this is only for some of you. So I'm going to put these cards away. And see if they have anything else to say. Let us have a look at the comments. Sorry to hear about your loss, Rosemary. So we're glad to have you here today. I'm glad that the cards spoke to you. Alright. So, let's see if the cards have anything else they'd like to say. So the cards that are coming out now are about a completely different thought than the cards before. So this is not a continuation, this is a new thought. So it's just these two cards, and they feel as though they are done for today. So that is our last one. Great comments, all. So the first card is Suffering in Silence. The number 9 denotes completion, Are you finally ready to let go of those limiting negative beliefs, or are you allowing the issues in your life to become bigger than they really are? Your mind has been doing quite a job on you lately, and even your dreams may be trying to get your attention. When you learn to let go of the worry, despair, and sense of hopelessness, a positive new way or path will be shown to you. This card follows the Trapped in Fear card. When your fears aren't confronted, your mental anguish will continue. This is a reminder to take action and trust that your soul and the power of spirit will grasp you firmly by the hand and guide you. But you must take the first step toward healing and let go of the mental distress. Don't suffer in silence. Reach out for the help that's available. Truth. The qualities of this card illustrate spiritual awakening, clarity, the revelation of truth, and cosmic consciousness. At times it takes a wake-up call to get your attention and show how far you need to go. This card comes forth to do just that. Evaluation of the past, along with the lessons that you've learned or still need to understand, must now be a top priority. Doing so will enable you to forgive, accept, and heal so that you can move forward in a balanced spiritual mindset. The Truth card reminds you that a significant change must be made in a certain area of your life, but don't make any hasty decisions. Take your time, for any choices or alterations must be weighed and evaluated with the most careful and wisest of judgments. Whatever steps you take now will have far-reaching consequences, more than you'll ever know. Using the powers of the universe and blending them with a little help from the physical world will assist you in bringing about clarity and a shift of awareness. What was once not obvious will now be realized and understood. Be honest with yourself and trust what you know to be true. The air is really dry.
It is. It's heater season.
So yes, that in mind as well. Alright, that concludes the card reading for today. Alright, now it's time for us to take in a little soul food, some food for thought. And we are now to the reading of the day. Today's reading comes from The Power Is Within You by Louise Hay. We just finished a chapter yesterday.
I love the daily reading. I like that the daily reading has kind of lined us up for getting ready for the new year.
It certainly has.
It was
Every
completely
day.
by chance too. You just kind of started reading. Right now we're in a chapter of this book that really allows us to work on things and grow so that the new year is better for us. I think it's just divine.
So the next chapter is Expressing Your Creativity. When our inner vision opens, our horizons expand. I'm seeing some comments. a sound that sounds very unusual, you're welcome to bring that to one of my reading videos or my inbox. But I'm going to continue. I'm going to read a few sections from the chapter Expressing Your Creativity, and you're all welcome to comment or ask questions about the material. But my inbox is always open, so anyone with concerns or such, I encourage you to message me directly. Our work is a divine expression. When people ask me about my purpose in life, I tell them that my work is my purpose. It is very sad to know that most people hate their jobs, and even worse, that they don't know what they want to do. Finding your life's purpose, finding work that you love to do, is loving who you are. Your work serves as an expression of creativity. You need to go beyond your feelings of not being good enough or not knowing enough. Allow the creative energy of the universe to flow through you in ways that are deeply satisfying to you. It doesn't matter what you do as long as it is satisfying to your being and it fulfills you. If you hate where you work or hate what you're doing, you will always feel the same about your job unless you change inside. If you go to a new job with your same old work beliefs, you will only feel the same way again in time. Part of the problem is that many people ask for what they want in a negative way. One woman had a very difficult time stating what she wanted in a positive way. She kept repeating, "I don't want this to be a part of the job," or "I don't want this to happen," or "I don't want to feel the negative energy there." Can you see that she was not declaring what she did want? We need to be clear on what we want. Sometimes it's troublesome to ask for what we want. It's so easy to say what we don't want. Start declaring what you want your work to be. My work is deeply fulfilling. I help people. I am able to be aware of what they need. I work with people that love me. I feel safe at all times. Or perhaps, my work allows me to express my creativity freely. I earn good money doing things I love. Or, I'm always happy at work. My career is filled with joy and laughter and abundance. Always declare in the present sense. When you declare, you will get. If you don't, then there are beliefs within you that are refusing to accept your good. Make a list of what I believe about work. You may be amazed at the negative beliefs within you. You won't prosper until you change those beliefs. When you work at a job you hate, you are shutting down the ability of your power to express itself. Think of the qualities you want in a job, what it would feel like if you had the perfect job. It is essential that you are clear about what you want. Your higher self will find a job that is right for you. If you don't know, be willing to know. Open yourself to the wisdom that is inside you. There's a lot of interesting thoughts that come to mind with this. But I think that I will continue reading. I learned early that my job was to express life. Every time I was presented with a problem, I knew it was an opportunity to grow and that the power that created me had given me everything I needed to solve that problem. After my initial panic, I would quiet my mind and turn within. I gave thanks for the opportunity to demonstrate the power of the divine intelligence working through me. A woman at one of my workshops wanted to be an actress. Her parents persuaded her to attend law school, and she was under a lot of pressure from everyone around her to go into law. However, she stopped going after 1 month. She decided to take an acting class because that is what she always wanted to do. Soon after, she started having dreams that she was going nowhere in her life and she became miserable and depressed. She was having a problem letting go of her doubts and had reservations about making the biggest mistake in her life, which she feared she could never go back and change. I asked her, "Whose voice is that in there?" She said those were the words that her father had told her several times. There are many people who can relate to this young woman's story. She wanted to act, and her parents wanted her to be a lawyer. She got to a point of confusion, not knowing what to do. She needed to understand that it was her father's way of saying, "I love you." If she became a lawyer, he felt she would be safe and secure. That's what he wanted. However, it's not what she wanted. She had to do what was right for her, even if it did not meet her father's expectations. I told her to sit in front of the mirror and look into her eyes and say, "I love you, and I support you in having what you really want. I'm going to support you in every way that I can." I told her to take the time to listen. She needed to connect to her inner wisdom and realize that she didn't have to please anyone other than herself. She could love her father and still fulfill herself. She had the right to feel worthy and able to do it. And she could tell her father, "I love you, and I don't want to be a lawyer. I want to be an actress," or whatever. It is one of our challenges to do what is right for us, even when those who care about us have other ideas. We are not here to fulfill other people's expectations. When we have strong beliefs that we don't deserve good things or what we want, we have problems doing what we want. If other people tell you that you can't have and then you deny yourself, the child inside you doesn't believe it deserves anything good. Again, it comes back to learning and practicing ways to love yourself more each day. I repeat, do begin by writing down everything you believe about work and failure and success. Look at all the negatives and realize that those are the beliefs that keep you from flowing in this area. You may find you have many beliefs that say you deserve to fail. Take each negative statement and turn it into a positive one. Begin to shape in your mind what you want your fulfilling work to be. Alright. I will read the next section. Yeah. Your income can come from many sources. I don't know. I think maybe I'll stop here. We'll continue this tomorrow. I think it's important to kind of think about what she has said so far. This video will be available for replay if you'd like to go back and hear the reading again, or look at the cards again, or any other part of the video. So we will continue reading tomorrow, and the next section is about income.
I think that's a good idea.
So it is time to think about, as she said, our beliefs about work, failure, and success, and to acknowledge where these have come from, if there really are beliefs, or if they're from other people, and to start the work of changing them. There's a lot of ways that we are limited in our own minds about what we even think is possible for us, or possible in the real world, in regards to this. So it's important to look over and to start challenging your base assumptions. Sometimes just because we think or feel something strongly doesn't always necessarily mean that it is an objective reality. Or even if it is, somehow when we change our belief about it, it too changes. That concludes the reading for today. Alright. Just looking through. Thanks for the feedback, all. Well, I will be drawing the Morning Metaphysical Report to a close in just a moment, but I would like to do a few announcements and FYIs. So first of all, thank you all for watching. Content like this is possible from support from viewers like yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We do know we sound like PBS. There's a reason.
It is true though. My ability to create free content like this video every single morning is because of the support I receive from all of you. If you are interested in supporting this content and its growth, because there's going to be more in the future, and we're going to talk about that in a minute, and there's going to be more things other than the morning report.
So exciting.
Ways that you can support us. You can do one-time contributions, no obligation for any of this, just informative. You can send a one-time contribution to the PayPal link in the description of this video. But what I'd rather talk about is the other way you can support us is through Patreon. Which it essentially is joining a monthly subscription. And there are different levels you can join membership at, and each level comes with its own perks, rewards, and exclusive access to content not viewable anywhere else. So that's a lot more fun for you and for us.
It starts at just $1, and at $1 you get to join our exclusive private Facebook community full of learning and growing as a group and community building and awesomeness, and it goes up from there.
$1 a month.
$1
So
a month.
$1 a month is the lowest membership level, and it goes up from there. So as you can see, it's not very much to join and become part of our growth, and every dollar does count, so it is very much appreciated, every single member that we have. Comment in the comments, there has just been posted the link to our poll on Patreon. There is a poll about the Morning Metaphysical Report. You do have to have a Patreon account, but it's free to join the website.
So don't get scared.
And Patreon is kind of cool because we're not the only content creators on there. There's like people doing every kind of thing, and so you could support a few different people if you like, but you should definitely support us if you want to. So this poll is going to ask you about the Metaphysical Report and segments you would like to see added or taken away. And there's also a comment section for you to give more detailed feedback, and we would really like to hear from you.
That's where hashtag more cats came from. So
Yes, the highest vote thus far is more cats on the morning report.
So if you want to get involved and have your opinion heard about the morning report.
Speaking of more cats,
Speaking of
darling,
hashtag more cats.
the
Please
screen,
make sure to do the poll.
the screen is for our patrons and polies, the cat cam.
Yeah.
Hi. So your feedback matters, and so does your support. You can create more things like this screen here, except probably more useful. Come here, sweetie.
But
Why
who
you turn
doesn't-
around? People want to see your pretty face.
She's like, but I want them to see my butt. We've got a lot of tail on the screen right now.
Alright, there she goes.
Here,
So,
here, hold on. Keep the cat cam. Cat cam.
so this is the other desk,
This is the other
and
desk.
more cat.
And more.
So, please take the poll. We really do want to hear from you, and we really hope that some of you choose to join us on Patreon. We would very much like that. And it is true, there's a private Facebook learning group for our patrons, to all of them at all levels. And I am teaching exclusive materials for creating a spiritual foundation on which to expand your skills. And in January, all patrons in that group will be treated to 1 free week of spiritual life coaching by the Kitchen Witch, Eliza Nanos, aka my own mentor and teacher.
On that note, I will also be doing a public event, and I'll put that link in here as well. Here we go. I'm going to be doing a public event on January 11th to help kick off the new year. And it's a discussion on the importance of knowing yourself and the effects it has on your spiritual gifts and abilities, as well as the income of prosperity and abundance in your life. So that's going to be fun and informative and hopefully help you with your new year. So that's going to be on January 11th, and the link is in the comments, so please check that out.
Yes. Do that.
Do that!
Oh
my gosh, you kid.
If you
Destroying my
visit our Patreon, patreon.com/freedomdreamcoaching, the link is in the description of the video. The tag is on screen. You can also read about us, how we're trying to grow the content, the goals we're working towards, and of course the membership levels and exactly what perks you receive in return. So all that information is there. Hi, sweetie. Maybe I should just leave this on.
Just leave the cat cam on. Everyone wants to see the cats.
So, that's that, I think. The other thing is, if you enjoyed watching this morning report, you should like, follow, or subscribe to my page or channel. If you go to my Facebook page specifically, Lysander Clairvoyant, the link is on screen in the description of this video. Then you will not only see the morning report each morning, but you will also see all of the other content I produce.
Content.
Also, my
Come over here so you stuff my people.
my inbox, that's what I want to say. My inbox is always open for anyone who wants advice or suggestions. Just message me. I do offer private services as well, but you can find out about that on my Facebook page. Thank you everyone for watching. I think that's it for now. I also encourage you to check out all of our links, because there's always new stuff coming out, and more we're doing, and so that is the only way you'll know about what's coming out, is if you're following those pages. Speaking of which, oh gosh, it keeps floating in and out of my mind. Ways we want to grow the Morning Metaphysical Report. I do want to add a segment with the Kitchen Witch, a magical cooking segment, as well as our friend who is involved with dragon spirituality. She did not want to be on.
She does not like cameras.
He wants to do a physical fitness segment. That's what I was trying to say. So we already have plans for how we'd like to expand the morning report, and that will happen with growing support from all of you. So it is very important.
All right.
I hope you'll consider it. Also, one last thing, the Morning Metaphysical Report is looking for sponsors.
Yes.
I am looking specifically for artisans or small businesses who make spiritual or metaphysical products that I think are worth sharing with my viewers and followers, and in return for their sponsorship, they'll receive certain things in return, such as being mentioned daily here. So if you are interested in that, feel free to just message me directly. I think that's everything. Have a wonderful day, everyone.
Have a great day, everybody.
Be blessed. See you later.